Hey, what's up, everybody? Judd here, and I got to tell you a quick funny story. What made me think of this, I was in the grocery store a while ago, and man up in front of me in line, he's getting him 10 or 12 bags of pork skins and some Diet 7-Up and stuff, and he got to coughing, and I mean, he was coughing. He couldn't stop. He's trying to cover it up, put his hand over his mouth, and I guess he swallowed one of them pork skins or something, because I think he might not ate no pork skin, but I think he done snuck him a couple of grapes in there. So one of them must have went down the wrong pipe or something. But it got me thinking back when I was a teenager. My stepdaddy, Big Eugene Rutledge, I talk about him a good bit. Wonderful man, 5th or 6th grade education, but one of the smartest men I'd ever met in my life. And this is a true story. And I got family members that back it up. Well, a couple of funniest things I ever seen was he'd get the hiccups sometime, and he'd hiccup for 10, 15 minutes in a row and never stop. Just funniest thing you've ever saw in your life. Couldn't stop. We put bags over his head. We tried to choke him. We did everything we could to get rid of them hiccups, and they'd finally go away. Well, the other thing was he smoked a lot. We measured it one time. We tried to figure it out. If you laid a cigarette down on the ground and laid one behind the other, he had smoked enough that it would have reached from Georgia to Panama City, Florida. That's how many cigarettes he had smoked in his life. True story. We figured it up with my cousin John Hawkins one time, how many, and that was about, he had smoked at that point about 300 miles of cigarettes in his life. Well, he got to coughing one time. I mean, he had a cough, and I mean, he could not stop coughing, and then he was hiccuping, and when he had hiccup and cough, he'd fart. I mean, it's the craziest thing in the world. Well, he went for about 3 days coughing so hard his chest was just killing him. It's hurting so bad. And one Friday evening, I was at home. My mom was home, and he had been coughing. And he coughed so hard, true story, he coughed so hard and for so long that he blew his left tonsil plumb out of his mouth. I'm talking about it came out of his mouth like a shotgun shell out of a shotgun. I mean, whoo, blew his tonsil out of his mouth. And he went, uh-oh, y'all come here. And he got to bleeding. He was spitting up blood. Well, he wouldn't go to the hospital. He would not go to the hospital for the world. He took one of my tube socks out of my drawer. Them old long tube socks had 2 or 3 red rings around the top of them. They was that tall. And he stuck that tube sock in his mouth and leaned back and kept that tube sock in his mouth to keep him from bleeding to death for about, 2 hours. And he'd have to change a sock, pull the sock out and put another one in his mouth, till after he ruined about 3 pair of my socks, it finally clotted up and started bleeding. Now, how bad of a boy you got to be able to blow a tonsil out of your mouth and not even go to the hospital, put a tube sock in your mouth so you don't bleed to death, and to beat it all, he put his tonsil in a Dixie cup and kept it on the mantle for 2 or 3 years sitting up there, and he'd show everybody that came to our house, look here, here's my tonsil. He'd turn it upside down, get it in his hand, roll it around, put it back in the Dixie cup, till Mama finally threw it in the fireplace. True stories, I can tell it. Nowadays, everybody got to get pain pills and all this. No, all he needed was a tube sock, a drink of liquor, buddy, and he was good to go. True story, you better believe it. Love you, bye.